In your headlines, InterHealth Canada TCI advises that mask wearing still remains at the hospital. Cortez Simmons was shot to death on Saturday. And the TCI welcomes the newest luxury villa resort. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providencial is your #1 source for news. I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Monday, May 2nd, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. Having once walked free for the public shooting of 23-year-old father Caicos Burke, Cortez Simmons has now died by the same fate. Last Saturday, a family was left in mourning after the fatal shooting at a local gym. Take a look.
Curtis Simmons, a name well known in the corridors of justice, having long been associated with the execution-style killing of Caicos Burke, was shot and killed at about 10:30 a.m. while leaving a local gym on Saturday morning, April 30th. The 38-year-old Simmons was at the time of his death standing a retrial for the April 13, 2013 murder of Burke. In a recorded public statement this morning, May 2nd, Police Commissioner Trevor Bottin addressed the recent killing.
The shooting of Mr. Simmons was as brazen as it was violent, and whilst the motivation for his murder is not yet clear, we believe this to be a targeted attack against him. I'm asking anyone who knows anything about the shooting of Mr. Simmons, or those who perpetrated this attack, to contact the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, or tell us what you know through Crime Stoppers. In particular, we are keen to trace a white Honda Fit car, which was in the area at the time of the murder. This could be connected to the offenders, or it may be a very significant witness. If you were in the area around the time of the murder, please make contact with the police, even if you do not believe you saw anything. This type of targeted crime is part of a cycle of revenge or retribution attacks that will not end without intervention. So we need your help to bring the offenders to justice and stop the killing of young men in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
The Commissioner is once again cautioning members of the public to refrain from making false statements and or allegations about the shooting.
I am urging the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands to refrain and desist immediately with the circulation of such posts, some of which are now under criminal investigation due to the threatening nature of their content. Whilst the motivation for the shooting of Cortez Simmons is not established, the comment within the TCI social media and WhatsApp groups is suggesting a link to an ongoing Supreme Court trial. Due to this trial, and of course it's well known Mr. Simmons was being tried for an offence of murder, there are understandably very strong feelings within the community in relation to the victim of the offence for which Mr. Simmons was on trial. We must remember that the Turks and Caicos Islands have a modern criminal justice system, and Mr. Simmons was not yet convicted after his initial conviction was quashed by the Court of Appeal.
Since February this year, Simmons had been on retrial for the Burke murder, with indications that the case was coming to an end. Simmons has maintained his innocence throughout the two trials, and the police evidence in the case has not stood the test of scrutiny in the courts. However, as news of the shooting broke Saturday morning, many supposed witnesses to the Burke's shooting in 2013 popped out of the woodwork, with many saying that they were at the Uncle Doe's bar and witnessed the fatal event. But many of these witnesses did not testify in either trials, maintaining their silence, as the family of the young man cried out for justice for the past 9 years.
We must have confidence in our fair criminal justice system that we have on the TCI. And if this offence has been motivated by revenge, taking the law into one's own hands is a very slippery slope towards a very unjust society. Whilst acknowledging the strength of feeling, I'm appealing for calm from the community and to allow my colleagues to investigate this offence for which we continue to appeal for your help. Further threats and comment are not helpful and are inappropriate, and of course could lead to further shootings and deaths. In some circumstances, these comments and threats could reach the threshold for a criminal offence.
For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Alts.
Mere days before the dismissal of the mask mandate was set to come into effect, Ministry of Health officials have reported that a new variant has been identified. Take a look.
The presence of the BA.2 variant was realized through samples submitted to the Caribbean Public Health Agency from the National Public Health Agency here in the TCI. Officials say of the 26 samples submitted, 22 results were received, 20 of which were of the Omicron BA.2 lineage. 16 were from visitors and 4 from residents on the islands of Providenciales, Grand Turk, and South Caicos. The other 2 samples were BA.1 and BA.11. The BA.2 is a subvariant of the Omicron variant, and reports suggest that it is more transmissible than the initial Omicron variant. While it is not thought to cause severe disease, health officials have reported hospitalizations and deaths within recent surges related to that variant. TCI's mask mandate has been lifted effective May 1st, and while persons are entitled to commute without masks and face coverings, indoors or outdoors, officials are urging those who may be at higher risk for severe infection to remain cautious, especially in light of the emergence of this new variant. Officials share that vaccinations and boosters continue to offer strong protection against severe disease and hospitalizations due to COVID-19.
Don't go anywhere. More News Watch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
The Turks and Caicos Islands Hospital InterHealth Canada advises the general public that mask wearing for all staff, patients, and visitors to their families still remains. InterHealth Canada Turks and Caicos say they are still operating under the COVID-19 pandemic with varying activity locally, regionally, and internationally. Therefore, mask wearing, hand hygiene, visitation protocols, and social distancing measures will remain in place at the hospital to safeguard their staff and the most vulnerable people to whom they deliver care and treatment. They say that they must do all they can to reduce the risk of infection for those working in their hospitals and those they provide care for in both the inpatient and outpatient units. Reportedly, they noted the recent announcement on April 29, 2022, by the Ministry of Health and Human Services detecting the variant of concern Omicron subvariant BA.2. The BA.2 is even more transmissible than the original Omicron variant. It is highly transmissible, meaning that it tends to spread rapidly from person to person. The release further stated that the BA.2 is not thought to cause severe disease. However, hospitalizations and deaths have been noted in the current surges attributed to this variant. Factors such as vaccination status and prior infection and the presence of underlying health conditions have an impact on the severity of illness resulting from infection with this variant and outcomes. The Turks and Caicos Islands Hospital is encouraging residents to get vaccinated against COVID-19 if they have not already done so, and if they have received a second dose of the vaccine more than 3 months ago, to get boosted. A fourth dose is available for those at high risk and who have received the booster dose more than 6 months previously. COVID-19 vaccines are provided free of cost to all residents of the TCI at all government primary healthcare clinics and all private medical facilities. Vaccines are also available for children from 5 years and older. They advise for everyone to please get in touch with your healthcare provider to get your shot. Corporate members and guests took part in a tree planting initiative sponsored by the Turks and Caicos Islands National Trust over the weekend. Here's more. Arbor Day was celebrated in grand style at the Cheshire Hall Plantation. Plant a tree, become stewards of the environment, protect and preserve our small part of the planet.
We are observing Arbor Day. Arbor Day is a time where we go into the environment and we plant trees in recognition of the earth and showcasing the importance of taking care of our natural environment here in the TCI. So we wanted to do a celebration here at Cheshire Hall Plantation. We'll plant some, blooming plants around the Cheshire Hall area and site to beautify it a little bit more and make it more attractive, of course. And, a lot of persons in the community are here today from our corporate sponsors. We have Do It Center, Building Materials. We have the RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. We also have Fortis TCI here with us today celebrating Arbor Day and planting trees. We have Proud of Our Islands here, are one of our corporate sponsors, planting blooming trees as well. So it's just a great time to engage our corporate sponsors, speak with some community members that work with us, as well as our volunteers that are here today.
Not only is planting trees beneficial to the environment, but it's also beneficial to the individual as you learn a new skill to apply to your everyday living.
Exercises like this is a great tool to use to teach persons, how to, again, value their natural environment, the proper way to plant trees around their homes or in their gardens as well. And also it's just an opportunity just to educate the public about, again, the importance of ensuring that you're being good stewards of your environment, planting, and then the fruitfulness of plants here in the TCI.
Arbor Day, as we understand from Delarice Higgs from the National Trust, was a learning experience for everyone.
Arbor Day, it's about, and we're having this event also to honor Arbor Day, and it's about, in terms of preservation and conservation, the environment and trees and the protection of trees, and highlighting and engaging folks about the important role that trees play to the environment and to our community and to our lives in general.
Newswatch gathered that trees were also planted to honor the Trust's corporate partners and to raise funds.
Oh, it was just a wonderful experience. People enjoyed being able to give back, to the community, hands in the dirt, actually getting into the dirt and planting the trees, because they know that eventually those trees are going to grow. Those trees are going to become a part of this plantation. It's going to become a part of our environment. So overall, I think it was a very uplifting and rewarding experience for all of the participants that took part in the activity today.
The National Trust says they're looking forward to more events such as this one.
After this event, I hope that we can celebrate in a similar style again here at Cheshire Hall Plantation and at our other locations around the TCI, our heritage sites around the TCI. And, we hope that it's just not going to be a one-off thing for today, that we'll continue to do it, monthly or quarterly and, just beautify our heritage sites.
As there were a lot of celebrations happening on Arbor Day all throughout the TCI, the National Trust say they still had a very good turnout.
But, we had a great amount of people that did respond and did show up this morning and had an awesome, time and give their time and energy to planting these trees and recognizing how important the trees are to the environment. And so overall, we're happy about the turnout. We're happy about the course of the event. And we're happy about everyone here, still enjoying the plantation, having some meals at the plantation. And I think overall it's been a success.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Coming up next is your sports authority and weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your sports authority and weather forecast.
The Turks and Caicos performed well in the Rugby America North qualifier, hosted in Nassau, Bahamas on April 23rd to 24th. Some highlights from day one of competition include the TCI's triumph against the Bahamas 20-19 in a nail-biter. TCI started day 2 with a win over Belize. Opening tries from Wesley Cherry and Simmons started Team TCI off strong. Full field solo tries from debutant Dante Taylor kept things going for Team TCI. The Turks and Caicos Rugby Football Union congratulated the team for a job well done and to the players for leaving everything out on the pitch. They also congratulated the winners, Team Canada, and runners-up, Team Jamaica. For your Sports Authority, I'm Ali Carvey.
Here's your weather forecast for May 3rd, 2022. For the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 76, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For South Caicos on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 76, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 82, low 76, winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 82, low 76, winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And on Providenciales, partly cloudy skies, high 82, low 76, winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now for your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise 6:17 a.m., sunset 7:16 p.m., and for your high tides and low tides, high tides 10:10 a.m., 10:28 p.m., and low tides 4:14 a.m., 4:03 p.m. And that's it for your weather forecast. We'll be right back with more Newswatch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future. I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to Newswatch. One of the newest villa resorts in the TCI has now officially opened its doors. Government officials and the premier joined the Rock House team in welcoming this new addition to luxury accommodations in the islands. Take a look.
On Sunday, the 1st of May, the official opening of Rock House Resort in Blue Mountain, Providenciales was held in an intimate and bespoke ribbon-cutting ceremony. In attendance were the Premier and his wife, the Tourism Minister, and other government and tourism officials. Cutting the ribbon to the residential resort luxury property was Premier Washington Music. Rock House broke ground on June 22, 2019 and forms a part of the Grace Bay Resort collection of properties. Nikhil Advani, one of the principals at Grace Bay Resort, was eager to welcome the new generation of luxury properties to the Turks and Caicos Islands' booming tourism industry.
This is Rock House, ladies and gentlemen, and as what Rob Report said recently, he nicknamed it the Caribbean Capri. What we've done here is taken the base of the Turks and Caicos, which is this amazing hospitality product, and layered it with some complexity of the Mediterranean to give you that amazing feel in a resort that will be opening on 1st of May. We're so thrilled to have some of you to come see it, feel it out, and the team is so excited to welcome you to the Turks and Caicos to yet one other new property in the Grace Bay Resorts collection.
Rock House is touted as something never before seen in the TCI, a unique resort and residential vision. It is located on the north coast of Providenciales upon a 14-acre oceanfront site with 600 feet of frontage and peaks soaring up to 95 feet above sea level. Down below the cliffs, there is a secluded beach, a beach club jetty lined with daybeds, umbrellas, and deck chairs, extending 100 feet out into the ocean with private docks. For PTV News Watch, I'm Delana Isles.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.